Okay, this podcast is a catch-up on things that's been happening since my rehab. Has to do with my health, my wound clinic, and also some issues with diabetes.
5 other vehicles. Nerdtown isn't the only one squawking about.
Answer the phone or I'm whooping your ass. Answer the phone or I'm whooping your ass. I'm serious. If you don't answer this dadgum phone, I'm coming down there and kicking your ass so hard you have to clear your throat before you fart. Answer the dadgum phone.
Looking for a place to nest. Well, another.
Okay, my country friend Dale White. I had to get him appropriate and I'm also familiar with people in Buenos Aires.
To where we need to get some more pictures, further workup imaging.
Okay, so what does that mean?
So what that means is typically whenever we've got any kind of cysts that can't really be determined as to what they are or if they're solid masses or lesions, we follow up with certain imaging, which is with and without contrast, of your kidneys so we can see if those lesions on your kidneys kind of react to that contrast dye, and if they're solid, which would be more consistent with like a kidney cancer, or if it's just a cyst, which means there's nothing else that needs to be done.
Okay.
Now with that being said, it looks like we've got nephrology seeing you as well, the kidney doctors. They're seeing you and they're kind of monitoring your kidney function labs. Your kidney function labs are a little bit too high right now to give you any kind of contrast dye for that imaging that we need. So we'll monitor you while you're here, and once your kidney function labs get to where they could tolerate that contrast dye, we'll get that imaging of your kidneys to look at those lesions better. The nurses to put this catheter in, mainly because your kidney function labs are high. We'll keep that in for a few days until we see that your kidney function's getting better, and then we can get that out.
Okay, so what's the next phase? Where are I gonna?
So the next steps are whenever your creatinine, that kidney function lab, gets a little bit better, probably around 3, then we can repeat some imaging of your kidneys to look at those lesions that the CT scan showed.
So we don't know how long that takes to get to 3 then.
Typically, if you've got a catheter in and we know all your pipes are open and draining, most of the time it'll take like a day or 2.
Okay.
Okay?
So do I stay on a clear diet till then, or?
From a urology standpoint, you can eat whatever you want. Now, if they have you on a clear diet for something else, then that'll be up to the medicine team, but I'll check with them and see.
Yeah, because I'm curious about that.
Have you ever seen urology before for anything? Like your prostate or?
Probably, but it's been a while, and I did tell them that, that I did have a tumor on the
On your
lining,
kidney?
lining.
Okay.
And they took it out laparoscopically, and it was type 2, but they never did have any cancer, but it never did have a reoccurrence.
Okay. Where was that at? Where did they do
UMS.
that? Oh, okay. And that was how long ago?
2009.
Okay. And you haven't seen them since?
No, I think we went a time or 2 or whatever.
And everything was fine?
Fine, yeah.
Okay. We'll follow up with that imaging though. As soon as we get that creatinine to around 3, we can repeat some imaging just to make sure those are cysts and they aren't solid lesions, okay?
Okay.
But we'll see you while you're here and just check in and make sure everything's going as planned.
All right.
Okay? All right, sweetheart. It was nice to meet you.
Well, nice to meet you.
Kidney doctor.
Oh, right.
Kidney numbers improved. The only thing, yes. So the only thing I need is good hydration, and whatever you are doing, that is fine. Okay. So it will fluctuate up, down, but things are stable, so don't worry about that.
So the
4 or 4.3, 4 something. So it will remain between 4, sometimes low, sometimes high. But it is, so we are not following a very strict number, but let it take some time and slowly and gradually it will come down. But the good thing is that you don't need dialysis.
Well, that's good enough.
Yes.
The thing with the, you think I've had that for quite a bit of time, or is that just?
Yeah. You had that before, you were not aware of it, and on the top of that, whatever happened during hospitalization, it aggravated that. But now it is stabilizing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the wound. I don't know the interaction here or the slow healing of that wound. Do you think
Yes,
This
of
is-
course.
this is
It
what-
can. It causes
it
it.
could cause slow?
It can cause.
Yeah, because they seem to think it's doing a lot better. As
Yeah,
far
so
as the healing, seem to be doing better.
as it improves, your kidney improves as well.
Yeah.
So it is related to it.
Well, it's and on Wednesday I'm moving over to there's another close to my home at Villas at Chenal.
Okay.
I forget what the name of the place is. Brexit. There's a think.
Okay.
So I don't know how they do that, but I guess they have the same type of thing they have here because I'll be there for a little while anyway.
It's okay, but from my time, you are good to get shifted.
Good to do it.
Get shifted to that place.
Okay. Well, I didn't think, based on what's been going on, that there'd be much adjustment, but I didn't know what. So everything there is just to stay hydrated.
Yes. Whatever you are doing right now is working for you.
Okay.
All right, sir.
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank
And
you,
what
sir.
is your name?
Ali,
Ali? Yeah.
got it?
So you don't think I'll have dialysis then?
Oh, no, not at all. Otherwise, I would have started it.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
All right, since I'm now at Hickory Heights Health and Rehab and feeling much better, you'll see that at least the kidney doctors have put me back on a regular diet, and they've done all the information that, for us analyzing the creatinine and looking at everything. They kind of just knock you back down to the basics, and you go to a clear diet and renal diet, and that means without much of any solid or any seasoning. And then now I'm back to kind of a full diet. And sometimes that means like in breakfast that you have pancakes that you can cut easily with a fork versus having to use a knife and saw on it. I'm not sure that it's totally the diet situation, but I noticed that the sausage has been more pork sausage versus the turkey sausage. I assume there's a health differences there, but I thought I'd go back and look at over the last 2 months or 60 days and kind of catch up and review, because I think there's some important points that were made, and I think if you've been watching much news, and probably have, there's a lot of factors here that artificial intelligence has entered the picture. They were talking about a lot of money that's being lost by seniors because of people using artificial intelligence to scam. So it's a different world there.
Interview, but I have a quick question.
The words on the screen are playing my voice.
I need you to text me your driver license number as soon as you can.
Americans lost nearly $9 billion to fraud last year alone, up more than 150% in just 2 years.
Mom, these bad men have me. Help me, help me, help me.
Jennifer DiStefano recently told U.S. senators about a terrifying phone call she got from scammers using the voice of her 15-year-old daughter.
This man gets on, very aggressive. Listen here, I have your daughter. And then that's when I went into panic mode.
But her daughter was safe in bed. The call was an increasingly popular AI scam targeting people with the computer-generated voices of their loved ones.
This man comes on the phone. He said, "You're going to give me $5,000.
I heard our daughter on the phone. Like, it was unmistakably her.
Younger people experience fraud and fraud losses more often than older people. But it's that older adult who has so much to lose.
Even my own mother fell for the fake voice.
I feel bad. I feel terrible
We just scammed my mom. Did you just get a call for me?
Asking for my driver's license number?
Yes. That was an AI-generated voice.
Oh, God, Carter, that's scary. Is this the real you now?
This is the real me now.
You give me the code word, the family code word. That way I'll know it's you.
She's got it.
Oh, okay. To protect yourself, Nicoletti says every family should use a code word. And if you're still not sure, call the person back yourself. Finally, make your social media accounts private.
Everybody's bragging about where they are and what they're doing.
They're really giving away valuable information.
They're giving away their identity.
And he says the technology is getting so good, soon voice cloning will be in real time.
The voice is being converted from my voice to your voice, so I can have a conversation with another person with your clone voice.
So that's where we're headed.
That's where we're headed.
For CBS Mornings, I'm Carter Evans in Los Angeles.
Okay, the other part of that is why or how artificial intelligence has affected investments. I know you probably, some of you have individual stocks, but if you have an IRA or a 401k from business, you've probably seen a significant drop, and there has been some recovery, but it's not the same stocks that go down that go back up, so you're kind of in a position where you can lose unless you do some shifts in your investments to make a recovery. It's hard to do anything. What's happened there is countries like Canada and Mexico and even China, they figured out ways through their artificial intelligence to really outsmart the U.S. and any bluffing they try to do. Canada's got workarounds and trades because of the global warning that our administration has kind of ignored, but it is a factor. And there are routes now that are open that can make trades for Canada, and we're seeing some things with Mexico as well. But China, they're calling the bluff. They're pushing back. Trump tried to use the idea that there's an open discussion about trade, and it helped the market and it jumped up. But then China said there's nothing to it as far as a lot of discussion. So they know that they've got the upper hand, and that's one of the things I wanted to kind of illustrate. The things about artificial intelligence and how this group from Argentina can be a factor. They can make cities like Little Rock compete with the East Coast or New York or even out in Silicon Valley. So it's really important to kind of develop a relationship there with the people from Argentina. They have some of the same tools that we saw from Hangzhou and some of the things that's going on there in artificial intelligence, and I think it's a good time to bring those people into the picture, particularly on the local front, and they can be used for certain companies, and they could be used as a resource for the government if they're trying to use artificial intelligence. So I wanted to make that point along with some of the others, why you need to be up to speed on artificial intelligence at this time and access the skills that the people like your people in Argentina. Again, I point out that one of the guys that made a presentation here has got an MIT background and probably one of the best in the business, as well as other people that I've known through the years. So hopefully that'll bring another importance to what has been said and done. You need to know more about the artificial intelligence in order to combat it. And there's a lot of other things that's out there. But I thought if you went back and kind of saw some of the things I've done with my podcast and some of the people I brought in, the Argentina people are friends of over 30 years as far as Pablo Abdian. And he has a friend that has a degree from MIT, so he's...
I've had a wide range of guests on my podcast, from Cindy Moncrief Of course, one of the fun ones was Craig O'Neill. And so I want to give you a little bit of a backstory on how the event came about as far as the artificial intelligence with the people from Argentina. I've known Pablo Abdian for over 30 years. We met in Buenos Aires a few years back, and so we've always maintained a good personal and professional relationship. So I thought I would show you some of the people that I've had on my podcast and some of the fun ones, and then kind of get into the backstory of what had happened. That we had Pablo Abdian and Zubar come to make a presentation. Zubar is, of course, MIT grad, so he has a lot of credentials. Well, of course, my story is that I'm 81 years old and I have Parkinson's, and I didn't want that to be the primary part of the story, but I had this vision of the people coming in and doing this presentation. So, well, on March the 4th, there was a great event happened. I think some of you may be aware of the artificial intelligence that we had. We had some experts in from Argentina, and they have a different perspective in the sense that they have some engineers that have done a lot of creative things over the years, whether it's virtual reality or near virtual reality or Internet of Things. And I've had a long-term relationship with Pablo Abdian. We met over 30 years ago in Argentina when I was doing some cable TV software customer care, and he helped me in that, and we've worked together over the years. So I thought I'd give you an intro and then bring you into a recent report and review that was made by UA Little Rock and some other independent views on what's happening in artificial intelligence.
UA Little Rock hosts Tech Launch Panel on AI investment with Argentinian experts. Angelita Fowler. March 19, 2025. A special Tech Launch event at UA Little Rock featured a panel discussion on AI trends, bringing together experts from Solara Labs to explore the future of artificial intelligence and its impact on business and technology. On March 4th, Marla Johnson, UA Little Rock's Tech Entrepreneur in Residence, moderated while over 40 UA Little Rock students, faculty, and industry leaders asked Zubair Talib, an AI expert with an MIT background and executive director at Solara Labs, and Pablo Abdian, CEO and co-founder of Solara Labs, a wide range of questions about AI. The event provided insights into AI-first products, business opportunities, and challenges associated with AI integration. Abdian referenced AI Superpowers, a book that explores the global impact of AI, noting that societies that cultivate AI knowledge will drive the future. Abdian also highlighted the company's approach to AI innovation, emphasizing the importance of flexibility in AI technology development. We have always remained agnostic in our use of technology, Abdian said. Rather than committing to a single major provider like Google or Microsoft, we integrate the best available tools while adding a personalized touch that makes our solutions adaptable. One of the key takeaways from the discussion was the significant cost associated with AI implementation. Abdian explained that developing AI solutions accounts for only 15 to 20% of total costs, while 25 to 30% is tied to infrastructure and deployment. However, the most substantial expense, over 50%, comes from the cultural shift within organizations. Many companies underestimate the impact of AI on their workforce, Abdian explained. AI adoption requires careful planning to help employees adapt, rather than simply replacing them. Talib underscored the importance of a systematic approach to AI investment, particularly in light of rapid technological advancements. He warned against rushing into AI-driven projects without proper planning, emphasizing the need for a step-by-step approach. Companies often lose money by implementing AI solutions prematurely, he said. A thoughtful, incremental process ensures businesses maximize their return on investment. The panelists discussed real-world applications of AI, including a predictive model for football game outcomes that initially boasted 94% accuracy but later failed due to an unexpected social factor. Team members' personal conflicts, specifically not realizing when one player's wife was cheating with another player. The experience led Solara Labs to incorporate social media data into their predictive models, demonstrating the importance of external influences on AI performance. When asked about AI's impact on future generations, Abdian stressed the need to balance hard and soft skills in education, while Talib highlighted the importance of creative intuition in navigating AI advancements. If technology becomes cheaper and easier to use, the real question is, what will you build? Talib asked. The discussion also addressed the global AI investment landscape. Talib acknowledged the U.S. as a leader in AI, engaged in a competitive race with China. Everyone is experimenting in some capacity, he said. When asked about AI investment strategies, he advised business owners to seek efficiency and reduced risk through AI implementation, emphasizing the value of domain expertise over solely technological advances. In response to a question about what Little Rock can learn from Argentina's entrepreneurial culture, Abdian emphasized relentless problem solving. In Argentina, when we face a challenge, we don't stop until it's fixed, he said. How do you awaken that instinct in students? That's the key to fostering innovation. The panel concluded with a discussion on the state of Arkansas's potential for AI-driven business growth. Talib noted the state's rich healthcare and agricultural systems are industries ripe for AI integration. Success begets success, he said, encouraging local businesses to experiment with AI solutions to drive innovation and efficiency. The Tech Launch Panel was part of UA Little Rock's ongoing efforts to connect students and entrepreneurs with global technology leaders with an emphasis on AI's evolving role in business and society. View more stories in community, featured homepage. Tags Innovation Marla Johnson to a Little Rock Tech Launch.
Hustle to get this together is to have the right people here and also the right topics. So we've tried to broaden the topics. You're going to find the people here. Some really high-powered artificial intelligence people coming in. I think that some of the information has not been very clear because this is not a tech conference. This is not a bunch of tech people getting together. This is about today. This is about you today and how you interact with artificial intelligence. You get that?
On GMA. Retailer Walmart has just revealed how it will use artificial intelligence to create a new shopping experience. Elizabeth Schultz spoke with the CEOs behind it. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Good morning, George. This year's CES is all about how artificial intelligence can help people in their day-to-day lives, and Walmart is betting big that it will change how we shop in stores and online. We had the opportunity to sit down with the CEOs of Walmart and tech titan Microsoft to talk about the benefits of AI and also its risks. This morning, an ABC News exclusive. Walmart taking us inside its retail revolution, using artificial intelligence to transform the way we shop. At the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, the world's biggest retailer launching new features, like the option to virtually shop with friends, trying on outfits in its app, and instantly getting feedback from those you trust.
You can also share that with someone else digitally to say, do you like this sweater or not? My friends might say no more often than say yes.
Walmart CEO Doug McMillon also touting expanded search capabilities on its site. Customers can now search for a phrase like football watch party instead of individual items to put in your cart.
We get to move away from this baby talk search where we're trying to find chips and drinks and a 90-inch television and say, how do I prepare a great watch party? And it brings back across the top the categories you're looking for and then serves up a list of items that you can choose to host that great party.
The feature uses technology from Microsoft, which has invested billions of dollars into ChatGPT maker OpenAI.
It's all about being able to take the technology, as powerful as it is, but translating it into everyday use cases.
Are you concerned that the guardrails aren't in place for how quickly this technology is moving.
The guardrails have to be developed in parallel with the benefits and the use cases. So this is not something we think about after the fact.
Between juggling groceries and life, sometimes you could really use a little extra help. Also in the pipeline from Walmart, in-home replenishment. Using AI to predict what products you need at home, then delivering them straight to your fridge or closet.
There's a Walmart associate that has a one-time code to our garage door. They put the perishable food in the refrigerator, put the ambient product next to it, and we're in stock.
Some people might hear that and say, that sounds a little bit like a privacy concern. Someone has my garage code, they know what's in my house. That makes me a little bit nervous.
Over time, I think what people have learned is that if you're doing business with someone you trust, and we can save you time, I think there'll be more adoption of this over time where we're literally replenishing the things that people want to have in their homes all the time.
So that updated search function is available now on Apple devices. I pressed Walmart CEO on if there will be bumps in the road as this new tech is rolled out. He said it will get better and smarter as time goes on. Guys.
All right, I know it's about convenience, maybe a little too convenient for me, but thank you so much for that, Elizabeth.
Back now with our series AI Revolution, and in focus tonight, jobs, how they're performed, how they're changing, and the potential risks that AI poses to them. To find out, Jake Ward went to the nation's largest private employer.
Once upon a time, Jose Avila had to have an incredible memory. Were you supposed to have memorized where everything is?
Yes.
And great shoes.
So I would have to actually take them to the items that they needed, so from one end to the store to the other.
But today, an AI-powered app shows where everything is and needs to go.
It's making my job much easier.
Walmart is already a cost-cutting machine, and yet the company wants to be even more streamlined. Sanjay Radhakrishnan is in charge of making that happen. How can you possibly grow more efficient than you currently are?
Jacob, that's where I think technology will play a key enabling role. We are transforming our supply chain and our store operations.
And as we saw in this California superstore, AI is how they plan to do it. When trucks arrive to be offloaded, AI has already organized the pallets inside. It looks disorganized to me. But if I understand correctly, AI is telling you through the phone where everything is and where it should go.
Yes, we'll have to open up our camera and hold up our work device, and then it's going to tell us what boxes need to go out.
Sensors in every aisle spot things as small as a freezer door left open. And AI even organizes the shelves.
Then we can learn and say, okay, did two facings of this do better than maybe putting another brand in there or another flavor in there, right?
Walmart is the nation's largest private employer, and what they decide to do when it comes to efficiency sets national standards. So when they decide to adopt AI, it has implications for the whole country. And that, of course, raises a crucial question for workers. Does AI, do you think, forecast a world in which you won't need as many humans in this store?
We view technology as helping our associates to evolve physically demanding jobs into more fulfilling, higher skilled job roles. So over time, we believe that we'll be about the same or more number of associates in the company.
As a retail worker, can I sort of relax about my job in the future, do you think?
No, I don't think that you can.
Experts say the number of jobs may remain the same, but people without the right skills won't get them.
There are increasing frictions in the workplace such that it is harder for workers to transition from one job to a new job.
Avila, the store lead, says workers here are happier in the age of AI.
Our head count and our turnover is much better from 2 years ago. Yeah, much better.
Now we'll see how working in a world of low prices and high efficiency compares to shopping in one. Jake Ward, NBC News, Gilroy, California.
Scholarship to King's College. I probably shouldn't brag, but dag, I amaze and astonish. The problem is I got a lot of brains but no polish. I gotta holler just to be heard with every word I drop knowledge. I'm a diamond in the rough, a shining piece of coal, trying to reach my goal. My power of speech unimpeachable. Only 19, but my mind is older. These New York City streets get colder. I shoulder every burden, every disadvantage I've learned to manage. I don't have a gun to brandish. I walk these streets famished. The plan is to fan this spark into a flame, but damn, it's getting dark, so let me spell out the name. I am the A-L-E-X-A-N-D-E-R. We are meant to be a colony that runs independently. Meanwhile, us endlessly. Essentially, they tax us relentlessly. Then King George turns around, runs a spending spree. He ain't never gonna set his descendants free. So there will be a revolution in this century. Enter me.
He says in parentheses.
Don't be shocked when your history book mentions me. I will lay down my life if it sets us free. Eventually you'll see my ascendancy. And I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. And yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry. And I'm not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. And yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry. And I'm not throwing away my shot. It's time to take a shot.
I dream of life without a monarchy. The unrest in France will lead to anarchy. Anarchy, how you say? Oh, anarchy. When I fight, I make the other side panicky with my shot. Yo, I'm a tailor's apprentice, and I got y'all knuckleheads and local parentes. I'm joining a rebellion, cause I know it's my chance to socially advance. Instead of sewing some pants, I'm gon' take a shot. But we'll never be truly free until those in bondage have the same rights as you and me. You and I do or die. Wait till I sally in on a stallion with the first black battalion. Have another shot. Geniuses, lower your voices. You keep out of trouble and you double your choices. I'm with you, but the situation is fraught. You've got to be carefully taught. If you talk, you're gonna get shot.
Bird, check what we got. Mr. Lafayette, hard rock like Lancelot. I think your pants look hot. Lawrence, I like you a lot. Let's hatch a plot blacker than the kettle calling the pot. What are the odds of God to put us all in one spot? Pop in a squad and conventional wisdom like it or not. A bunch of revolutionary manumission abolitionists. Give me a position, show me where the ammunition is. Oh, am I talking too loud? Sometimes I get overexcited, shoot off at the mouth. I never had a group of friends before. I promise that I'll make y'all proud.
Let's get this guy in front of a crowd.
I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry, and I'm not throwing away my shot.
Everybody sing!
Whoa, 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 hey, whoa.
Your brother that he's gotta rise up. Tell your sister that she's gotta rise up. When are these colonies gonna rise up? 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 Rise up.
I imagine death so much it feels more like a memory. When's it gonna get me? In my sleep, 7 feet ahead of me. If I see it coming, do I run or do I let it be? Is it like a beat without a melody? See, I never thought I'd live past 20. Where I come from, some get half as many. Ask anybody why we living fast and we laugh, reach for a flask. We have to make this moment last. That's plenty, scratch that. This is not a moment, it's the movement. Where all the hungriest brothers with something to prove went. Foes oppose us, we take an honest stand. We roll like Moses, claiming our promised land. And if we win our independence, is that a guarantee of freedom for our descendants? Or will the blood we shed begin an endless cycle of vengeance and death with no defendants? I know the action in the street is exciting, but Jesus, between all the bleeding and fighting, I've been reading and writing. We need to handle our financial situation. Are we a nation of states? What's the state of our nation? I'm past patiently waiting, I'm passionately smashing every expectation, every action's an act of creation. I'm laughing in the face of casualties of sorrow. For the first time I'm thinking past tomorrow. And I